Alright, let's be honest. When it comes to choosing a family dog, the decision often narrows down to two legends: the Golden Retriever and the Labrador Retriever. Both are adorable, both are loyal, and both can melt your heart in seconds with just one wag of their tail. But if you had to pick just one, which breed would truly fit you and your lifestyle? Before you rush to the nearest breeder or shelter, let's really get to know these two superstars. Because even though they look kind of similar, and yes, they both have Retriever in their names, they're actually very different once you start living with them. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's break this down in a fun, honest, and easy-to-understand way. First things first. Both these dogs come from similar origins. They were bred to help hunters retrieve game from water and land. That's where the name Retriever comes from. But here's where it gets interesting. The Golden Retriever was originally developed in Scotland in the 1800s by crossing different breeds to create the perfect hunting companion that could handle cold and wet terrain. On the other hand, the Labrador Retriever actually came from Newfoundland, Canada. Not Labrador, funny enough. And they were trained to help fishermen pull in nets, fetch ropes, and retrieve fish that slipped off the hook. So while both are retrievers, one was made for hunting and the other for fishing. Pretty cool, right? Their working backgrounds are why both breeds love water, playing fetch, and being active. But their personalities and temperaments differ in subtle ways that make all the difference when you're choosing which one to bring home. Let's start with the obvious: their looks. At first glance, it's easy to confuse a Golden Retriever and a yellow Labrador. But look closer, and you'll notice some key differences. Golden Retrievers are like that friend who always has perfect hair, long, flowing, and shiny. Their golden coat is one of their most recognizable features, and it can range from pale cream to deep reddish gold. Their feathered tails and ears make them look soft and cuddly all the time. Labradors, on the other hand, have a shorter, denser coat that's designed to repel water. It feels sleek and smooth, almost like velvet. Labs also come in three main colors: yellow, black, and chocolate, each equally adorable in their own way. So, if you're into that fluffy, elegant look that shines in the sunlight, the Golden might be your dream dog. But if you prefer a cleaner, easy-to-maintain coat that won't require daily brushing, the Labrador could be a better fit. Now let's talk personality, because that's where the real magic happens. Golden Retrievers are often described as the ultimate sweethearts of the dog world. They're gentle, patient, and seem to have endless empathy. Seriously, a Golden will look into your eyes like they understand your soul. They're amazing with kids, friendly with strangers, and they thrive on love and attention. Labs, on the other hand, are pure energy in dog form. They're playful, goofy, and always ready for fun. They're the kind of dogs that greet you like you've been gone for months, even if you just went to the kitchen. Labradors have a contagious enthusiasm that makes them great companions for active families or anyone who loves being outdoors. So, if you're looking for a calm, affectionate dog who loves cuddles and family time, a Golden Retriever might be your soulmate. But if you want a high-energy buddy who'll join you for hikes, runs, and adventures, a Labrador might be more your style. Both Goldens and Labs are incredibly intelligent. They're ranked among the top 10 smartest dog breeds in the world. But their intelligence shows up in slightly different ways. Golden Retrievers are people pleasers. They love making their humans happy and will do almost anything for praise or affection. This makes them easy to train. They respond beautifully to gentle encouragement and positive reinforcement. Labradors are also very smart, but they can be a little more independent. They're motivated by food, which means a bag of treats is your best training partner. Because of their focus and energy, Labs often become guide dogs, therapy dogs, and search and rescue heroes. The one thing to remember, though, is that both breeds need mental stimulation. A bored retriever is a mischievous retriever. Without enough training or exercise, they might start chewing furniture, digging holes, or turning your favorite shoes into confetti, okay? Let's talk energy, because this is a big one. Golden Retrievers love to play, but they're generally a bit more relaxed compared to Labs. They enjoy long walks, fetch sessions, and swimming, but they also love to wind down and chill afterward. Labradors, though, oh boy, they are like the Energizer bunnies of the dog world. Labs can play for hours and still be ready for more. They thrive on activity, and without it, they can become restless or even destructive. So, if your idea of a perfect weekend involves binge-watching your favorite show, a Labrador might test your patience. Both breeds need at least an hour of solid exercise daily, but Labs often need more intense play or structured training to stay happy and healthy. Now let's get honest about grooming, because no one wants to be surprised by dog hair on every piece of Clothing they own, Golden Retrievers shed a lot. Their beautiful coats need regular brushing, at least a few times a week, sometimes daily during shedding season. If you love the idea of brushing your dog while watching TV, no problem. But if you're someone who hates seeing fur tumbleweeds roll across the floor, you've been warned. Labradors also shed, but their shorter coat makes it a bit easier to manage. A quick brushing once or twice a week usually does the trick. Their coat naturally repels dirt and water, so they don't need as many baths as Goldens. Basically, Goldens are like long-haired celebrities who need more grooming time, while Labs are the low-maintenance, easygoing best friends who look great with minimal effort. Both breeds are generally healthy, but each has its own set of common health issues you should know about. Golden Retrievers, unfortunately, are prone to certain cancers, as well as hip dysplasia and heart problems. Responsible breeding can reduce the risks, but regular vet checkups are essential. Their average lifespan is around 10 to 12 years. Labradors, too, can face joint issues like hip and elbow dysplasia, along with obesity, mainly because they love food way too much. Keeping a lab fit and watching their diet is super important. They typically live around 11 to 13 years. Whichever breed you choose, proper care, good nutrition, and regular exercise can make a huge difference in keeping them healthy and happy for many years. Here's where things get personal. Which breed actually fits your lifestyle? If you have small kids, both breeds are wonderful choices. Golden Retrievers are incredibly gentle and patient, which makes them great with toddlers or first-time dog owners. Labradors are also very friendly but can be a bit boisterous, especially when young, so they might accidentally knock over small kids in their excitement. For active singles or families who love adventures, hiking, running, camping, Labradors are the dream companions. They'll match your energy and keep you moving. But if your family prefers cozy evenings, quiet walks, and lots of cuddles, a Golden Retriever might fit that vibe better. And here's a fun fact. Both breeds get along well with other pets. Whether you already have a cat, another dog, or even a rabbit with proper introductions, these dogs will welcome everyone like old friends. Now, let's talk about something deeper, that emotional bond you'll build. Golden Retrievers have this incredible emotional sensitivity. They just know when you're happy, sad, or stressed. They'll quietly lean on you or rest their head on your lap, and suddenly, everything feels better. They're often described as empath dogs for this reason. Labradors, meanwhile, show their love in the most joyful way possible. They'll jump, lick, wiggle, and bring you their favorite toy just to make you smile. Their happiness is contagious. It's hard to feel down when a lab is around, so, whether you prefer gentle comfort or playful cheer, both breeds offer love in their own unique, heartwarming style. Now, we already mentioned that both breeds are super smart and love learning. But here's the twist. That same intelligence can sometimes make training a little tricky. Let's start with Golden Retrievers. These dogs are emotional learners. They thrive when you use a calm, kind tone and reward them with praise, treats, and love. But if you get frustrated or raise your voice, they'll shut down. A Golden might look at you with those big sad eyes, as if saying, "Why are you mad at me?" So, patience is key. Labradors, on the other hand, are total foodies. You can basically teach a lab anything if there's a snack involved. Sit, stay, spin, fetch the remote. You name it, they'll do it for a treat. But their love for food can also backfire. Some labs get so distracted by snacks that they'll stop listening the second they smell something tasty nearby. So, while training a Labrador can be fun and fast-paced, it's important to balance it with structure and control. And remember, both breeds learn best through consistency and positive reinforcement. Training should feel like playtime, not a chore. If you want a social butterfly, congratulations. Both of these breeds were born to make friends. Golden Retrievers are naturally gentle and polite. They approach people slowly, wagging their tails and making soft eye contact. They're perfect for families, therapy work, or anyone who loves having a calm, friendly companion. Labradors, though, let's just say subtlety isn't their thing. When a lab sees a new person, they go full party mode. They'll jump, wag their entire body, and probably lick your face before you even say hello. They mean no harm, of course. They're just that excited. With proper training, labs can learn to greet more calmly, but their enthusiasm is part of their charm. So if you want a dog who makes everyone feel instantly loved, the lab wins. But if you prefer a softer, gentler introduction, the Golden Retriever might be more your style. Alright, let's talk money, because being a dog parent isn't cheap, and it's important to know what you're signing up for. On average, both breeds cost around the same to buy or adopt. If you go through a reputable breeder, expect to pay anywhere from $800 to $3,000, depending on lineage and location. Adoption fees are much lower, usually between $100 and $400, and it's a wonderful way to give a dog a second chance. But the initial price is just the beginning. Both breeds eat a lot, especially labs. A large bag of quality dog food might last you only a few weeks. Add in regular vet visits, vaccines, grooming supplies, and toys, and you're looking at an average yearly cost of around $200 to $2,000. Golden Retrievers might cost a bit more in grooming products and professional trims, while labs might rack up a bigger food bill. Either way, having a retriever means committing both your heart and your wallet. Now here's a question many people ask. Can you keep a golden or a lab in an apartment? Technically, yes, but only if you're fully committed to daily exercise. Both breeds are active and need space to move. They'll adapt to smaller homes if you take them on regular walks, play fetch, or visit the park often. That said, these dogs thrive in homes with yards or open spaces. Labradors especially love to run, swim, and explore. Goldens also enjoy being outside, but they're generally better at relaxing indoors once their exercise needs are met. So, if you live in a small apartment and have a busy schedule, you'll need to be extra dedicated to keeping your dog active and happy. Otherwise, you might come home to shredded pillows and guilty puppy eyes. Picture this. Your friends are coming over for a visit. How will your dog react? If you have a golden retriever, they'll likely wag politely. Maybe bring a toy as a peace offering, and then sit by your side. They'll greet your guests warmly, but without chaos. If you have a Labrador, though, prepare for the full red carpet welcome. Jumping, licking, tail thumping. Labs are the life of the party. It's all love, but not everyone enjoys a 70-pound dog bouncing with excitement. Both breeds are incredibly friendly, so if you're looking for a guard dog, sorry, neither will qualify. They're more likely to show a burglar where you keep the snacks than chase them away. Let's clear up a few common myths that people have about golden retrievers and Labradors. Because trust me, there are a lot of misunderstandings floating around about these two lovable breeds. They might both be retrievers, but each one has its own personality, quirks,